Number 6. The drinking your pee fantasy. You've probably heard it 100 times. If you're ever lost in the wild with no water, just drink your own urine. It'll keep you alive. Everyone says it. Survival shows love it. Cute idea, but holy shit, it's one of the fastest ways to speedrun organ failure. Urine is already your body's garbage water. Your kidneys filtered out the toxins, the urea, the excess salts, the metabolic waste. When you drink it back, you're basically recycling poison. Your kidneys have to filter the same nasty stuff again, except now they're more dehydrated and stressed than before. The concentration of toxins goes up very quickly. Within hours, your blood urea nitrogen skyrockets, your kidneys start screaming, you get violently nauseous, you vomit, losing even more fluid, and very soon you're looking at full-blown kidney failure, delirium, seizures, and death. The only situation where it's even theoretically less terrible is literally the very first piss of extreme dehydration. After that, every single sip makes the situation dramatically worse. Thanks a lot, Bear Grylls. You're not saving yourself. You're just turning your body into a toxic sludge reactor. Number 5. The fire in a cave death trap. Most people think if I'm cold and it's raining, the best thing is to build a fire inside a cave or under a rocky overhang. Instant shelter plus warmth. Genius. Yeah, until the cave becomes a chimney and you cook yourself alive. Most caves and rock overhangs are terrible at venting smoke. The heat rises, smoke rises, and very quickly the whole space fills with carbon monoxide. You don't smell it, you don't taste it, you just get sleepy, really sleepy, then unconscious, then dead. Happens fast. People have been found sitting upright, perfectly still, like they just decided to take a very long nap right next to their own fire. But wait, it gets better. If the cave is limestone, the fire can actually release deadly carbon monoxide even faster from the rock itself. So yeah, great plan. You made a cozy little gas chamber and you paid for it with your own firewood. Number 4. The moss is north lie. You've heard it since you were a kid. Moss only grows on the north side of trees, so if you're lost, just look at the moss and you'll know which way is north. Sounds smart, looks good on paper. Complete garbage in the real world. Moss grows on the side of the tree that gets the least sun and stays the most humid. That's usually north in the northern hemisphere in open forest with consistent wind patterns and no nearby clearings and no hills blocking light. Step into any real forest and you will very quickly find moss growing on every single side of trees, sometimes completely circling the trunk. Good luck. People have walked in literal circles for days trusting moss. It's not a compass. It's just a plant that likes being wet. Number 3. The fatwood or pine pitch fire starter myth. Everyone says if you're in a pine forest, just grab some fatwood or pine pitch. It lights instantly and burns forever. You're golden. Sure, until you realize how many people have set themselves on fire trying to use it. Pine pitch and fatwood burn extremely hot and extremely fast. Great when you already have a tiny established fire. Disgusting when you're cold, shaking, trying to light your very first flame. You pour the pitch on, light it, whoosh, instant 3-foot fireball right in your face. Burns your eyebrows, burns your hands, sets your sleeve on fire, and most importantly, burns out in about 12 seconds, leaving you exactly where you started, except now you're also injured. It's the survival equivalent of pouring gasoline on a match you can't even hold steady. Number 2. The build the biggest fire possible ego trap. You're freezing, you're wet, you think, I'm gonna make the biggest fire anyone has ever seen. That'll warm me up fast. Yeah, and then you burn every single piece of wood in a 50-meter radius in about 40 minutes. After that, you're sitting in front of a pile of ash. It's pitch black, the temperature's dropping, you have no more fuel, and now you're even colder than before because you have no way to build a long-lasting, controlled fire for the rest of the night. Big fire equals quick dopamine. Smart fire equals boring, small, consistent, and keeps you alive. Most people choose the dopamine, and then they freeze. Number 1. The hug a tree death sentence. Last but definitely not least, the thing almost every lost person is told. If you're lost, hug a tree and wait for rescue. Don't wander. Sounds so safe, so responsible. It's also one of the most dangerous pieces of advice you can follow in a lot of situations. If you hug a tree at night in cold weather, without fire, without insulation, without dry clothes, you die of exposure, slowly, painfully, while completely stationary. The human body loses heat incredibly fast when wet and cold. Staying still with zero fire and zero shelter is a death sentence in most temperate and cold environments. Experienced searchers will tell you the same thing. They have found way too many bodies sitting right next to the tree they were hugging, dead from hypothermia. Sometimes moving slowly and deliberately downhill, looking for water and civilization, is dramatically more survivable than hugging bark and praying. You survived another day believing you were prepared for the wild. You weren't. Now go throw out every single survival tip you learned from reality TV. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing and helps the channel more than you think. Share this video with that one friend who still thinks drinking pee is a legitimate plan. And make sure to subscribe. We've got plenty more ways the wilderness can humiliate you to keep you up at night.